Hi.
2.5, literal equations and formulas.
Awesome.
It is.
We're going to use two new vocab terms. One is called standard form, and one is called slope-intercept form. All you need to know is what they look like. You don't need to know anything else about them.
But that's going to become your best friend here in January.
Oh, yeah.
And using it lots.
Yeah.
Maybe before that, if you're lucky.
Okay, so here we have a literal equation where we have two variables, x and y, and they are both on the same side of the equal sign.
Right.
Oh no! It's okay. You can rewrite it in slope-intercept form. So this is standard form.
So it says solve for y. We want to write it in slope-intercept form.
Which is y equals mx plus b. You will never forget that as long as you live. I promise.
Yep. Because we go over it that many times.
Yeah. So we need to switcheroo here. So I need to get that 3x on the other side of the equal sign. And we know that we can do that. So if I want to move it to the other side, I'm going to subtract it off. Okay, so those cancel. I'm left with y by itself all the way on this side. Y equals...
Oh, you can't see the green.
I know. Come on.
You're making me so sad.
Y equals...
Okay, now, doesn't this just become 7x?
No.
Why?
Because they're not like terms.
Ah! So those rules still apply?
Yes, the 10 does not have an x on it.
There you go.
So it's minus 3x plus 10. And look, it looks just like that guy up there. Y equals mx plus b. That wasn't hard.
Look at this, guys.
You're like totally doing some serious stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
We're changing lives here. Oh, wait, there was another step. What does it equal? What does y equal if x is 1 or x is 3?
Oh, okay. Well, plug it in.
Now you just plug it in, right? So you have this. This is your first step. Done. Now you need to plug in y equals negative 3 times 1 plus 10.
Because that's what it tells me up there.
Right.
X equals 1.
Right. I'm not doing anything fancy, really.
I
I mean, I am, but...
This is super fancy.
Yeah.
Those are fancy fingers.
And y equals?
Oh, you got way ahead of me. Now it's 7.
See?
But there's no x.
Getting there. So y is 7. So then you do the same thing for 3.
Let's do it over there. Y equals negative 3 times 3 plus 10. Y equals negative 9 plus 10. Y equals 1. Negative 1. No, positive 1.
Dang it.
Oh, nice save.
As a flag, a little.
A little diddle.
We'll move on. There you go.
Okay. Oh boy. The equation 10x plus 5y equals 80, where x is the number of pizzas, yum,
Yeah.
and y is the number of sandwiches, wah, wah.
Pizza all the way.
Duh. Okay, so that models the problem in the solve it. This sentence doesn't even make any sense. How many sandwiches can you buy if you buy 3 pizzas, 6 pizzas? So, A of all, change it to slope-intercept form.
Yep.
Okay?
So first we have this.
10x plus 5y equals 80. No big deal. We're going to just move the 10x to the other side.
So solving first, slope-intercept form, like we said.
Minus 10x. Boom.
Bring that down.
Bring down 5y. And then I have negative 10x plus 80. Why is it plus 80?
Well, because 80 has no sign in front of it, so
Which
that tells
means
me that
it's
it's positive. I know.
Okay, now divide by 5 on everything to get that y by itself. Remember, it's y equals mx plus b, not 5y. So divide that 5 off. Then over here, we've got negative 10x divided by 5 is negative 2. X. And then 80 divided by 5 is,
20?
We'll
No.
just do it. Well, it's half of, it's 40, right?
No.
No, it's not.
No.
16. I was
That's
way
right.
off.
That's why. There we go.
Okay, now it looks right. Now I can
So this is step 1.
plug and chug
Right.
for pizzas,
Right.
which is x. Remember, it says up there, x is the number of pizzas. So it's always important to read the directions.
X is pizza. Y is
Sandwiches.
Sammy's.
So let's plug in y equals negative 2 times 3 for pizzas plus 16. Y equals negative 6 plus 16 is 10. Sandwiches.
Yep. So y is sandwiches, so 10 sandwiches.
You know they got rid of the jammy sammies at the elementary?
What?
I know. Now they're called sun jammers. They have sun butter. Okay.
So 10 sandwiches with 3 pizzas.
Yep. Cool.
So I have my labels.
Well, now we got to do 6 pizzas.
Right, so that's step 1.
Step 2.
So I need to erase this.
Okay.
Sorry,
Don't have enough room.
I know.
Oh, that's fun.
Come on. Okay.
So now y equals -2 times 6 pizzas plus 16. Solve. -2 times 6 is -12 plus 16. Y equals 4. Sandwiches. I almost said pizzas.
So 4 sandwiches with
6 pizzas.
6 pizzas.
I'd rather have that.
I would too.
I like pizza.
But to each their own. So you would have 2 answers here.
Actually, 3 answers.
3.
Because you got to have that guy right there. Oh.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Can you follow all this?
Hope so. We're only on slide 3. Here we go. Oh boy, that's teeny. Okay. When you rewrite literal equations, you may have to divide by a variable or a variable expression. When you do so in this lesson.
All right, I'm going to interrupt you.
Okay.
What this is, guys, is this is the nitty-gritty as to what we're getting ready to do. So this is in your book on page what? 110? 109?
109?
Okay.
No.
110.
Yeah.
Holla. Okay, so this is on 110. So you can look at this and read it if you would like. Otherwise, we're just going to kind of tell you what's going on here.
Okay.
Basically, we start out with this right here.
Oh, I see what we're doing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
-3x minus 9. They want to see, is there a common factor with -3x and -9?
Yes. I know that -3 goes into both.
Right. So if you pull out that -3, so essentially you're undoing the distributive property.
Yeah. Cool. So if I divide each one by -3, then on that I would have x and 3 left over, which is what they have right there.
There you go.
Cool. So again, it's shown. Why don't we just uncover all that so they can just kind of get it?
I'm just going to move on.
Oh, you're just going to move. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll show you in the examples. Let's just do that instead of talk. Okay. Wow, that's
Okay.
teeny.
So solve for x.
Meaning I want to pull out a common factor.
So, okay. Whoa, hello. There's no numbers here. Okay. Which is perfectly fine. We still do the same steps that we've always done. What we're trying to do is to get you to understand that these math rules apply to anything.
Right. So there's, yeah. Okay. So I see that both of those terms have an x. So I'm going to pull the x out.
Okay.
Basically divide each one by x.
So if I have ax divided by x, my x's cancel.
I'm left with a. Cool. Minus, obviously I'm going to be left with
Right. So if you just change that to a b.
b equals c.
So this says solve for x.
Okay.
So what do you do from here?
Divide by all of that, a minus b, just to get it to go away.
So that cancels here, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm left with
X equals
c
over a minus b.
I know, guys. And that's your final answer. Done. You solved for x. That's what they wanted you to do.
You did it. You isolated x. Actually, we did it. Well, you did it too on your notes.
We believe in you.
Okay. So let's do it again.
Solving for x.
Okay.
This time it is a common denominator.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do if we have a common denominator and we want to clear it?
Multiplied by the reciprocal?
Yeah. So can't we, since this is subtraction, we can just combine those
Yep.
and make it 1.
Okay.
Correct? They're like terms.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Because they have the
now-
common denominator,
Right. So now I multiply both sides by the reciprocal.
which is x over 1.
You can see that.
I can.
Okay. So these cancel
The
here.
x's go away, and I'm left with
with
a minus b equals c times x, which
Okay.
is cx.
which is cx.
But
I need to solve for
x. So I need to undo what's happening there. It's being multiplied by c, so I'm going to divide by c and divide over there. Those cancel, and I have x equals a minus b over c.
So again, all you're doing, guys, is applying all the math skills that you have been doing thus far.
Mad math skills.
Got it.
Skills. And we're switch it, change it, rearrange it is what
Got
we're
it.
doing. Okay.
We should pull out pom-poms.
I know. Did you do that one?
Yeah.
I did
Oh,
too.
who didn't?
Switch it, change it,
Or rearrange it.
You're so lucky.
You're lucky.
Okay, solve for x.
Still the same thing. Solving for this bad guy. He's married to the P right now.
Please don't say they're going to get divorced. It makes me so sad.
I know. I'm sorry. They tried. They went to couples rehab on VH1.
Okay.
So we're doing the same thing here. I'm subtracting the R first.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Mhm.
Okay.
So can I combine negative t and negative r?
No, so that side says negative t minus r equals p times x.
Now, do you know why I put the t first?
QRST, I don't know, because it doesn't
No, I
come
don't either.
alphabetically.
Yeah, I should have.
Okay, now we're going to divide by p, so x is all by itself, and then divide by p. So my answer is x equals negative t minus r over p. This is super fun.
I know.
I'm having fun.
Done.
Okay. Now, here is a whole bunch of formulas that you are going to need to reference later. Okay?
It's on page 110. You should know these, but if you forgot, here it is.
Okay. So, we are not rewriting a geometric formula. We're
Nope.
basically plugging and chugging. So
Yep.
what is the length of a rectangle with area of 98 square inches and base of 14 inches? So I'm doing area. Man, that does not show up. So I know that area is length times width because I look at my handy dandy chart, or I remember from second grade.
Right.
Okay.
Either one.
Okay, so I have area of 98, so I'm going to plug that in where area is. Awesome.
A is area.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a base of 14. Oh, they said base, which
Sorry, or length times width or base times height.
is same thing.
Yep, tomato, tomato.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to plug in 14 for my width or my length,
Or other one, yeah.
and then I'm trying to find my width. Okay.
What do you think we do here? How do we get 14 away from W?
Divide. Divide. Oh, shoot. I don't know what 98 divided by 14 is. 98 divided by 7.
7 what, Rich?
Inches. Not square inches, because
Nope.
I'm undoing this. So the width is...
98 was square inches.
Right. So I've got this. 7 and 14 multiplied together to get 98 square inches. Okay. What's the radius of a circle with circumference of 64 feet? So
So circumference is pi times.
radius, right? No, 2 pi r. Do they have a 2 pi r here? I'll look in my
I
chart.
think it's pi times diameter.
Circumference equals 2 pi r.
Or pi times diameter.
Well, in the book it says 2 pi r.
Okay,
So then that's what they're going to have. It is pi d, cherry pie delicious, but
Okay.
let's do it the way.
Okay,
Let's do it this. Well, or do you want to do it diameter? Let's do it with diameter.
I like diameter.
Okay, so forget the 2 pi r.
Okay.
So we're going to plug and chug. Circumference is 64, so 64 equals pi,
And for the C. Mm-hmm.
pi times diameter.
Okay, what does it say to use? Well, this doesn't, but in
It
your
doesn't.
book it says to use 3.14 as pi.
So we're going to plug that in times diameter.
Yep.
D.
So, I thought we had a D.
D. And then we're going to divide by 3.14.
Mm-hmm.
Get D by itself. Divide by 3.14.
Switch the D to that
D
side.
equals 64 divided by pi, or 64 divided by 3.14. Running short on time. Equals 20.38. So let's just 20.38.
Or 20.4.
Oh, 20.4. Now, guess what? This is asking me for radius. I have a diameter. So
Oh.
I need to divide that now
In half.
in half by 2, because radius is half of diameter. All of this stuff is coming together so beautifully. Feet. 10.2 feet. We got it. Yes. Okay. All right. Karen walks 3 miles per hour and covers 12 miles. For how long did she walk? How do you know which formula to use?
I don't know.
Well, let's look what we wrote. Read the information given in the problem. This problem gives you a measure of time and distance, so we need to use D equals ERT.
Okay, that's on the chart on page
Distance
210.
equals rate times time. I'm trying to find how long she walked, so distance equals rate times time. That's a science one too.
Mm-hmm.
So let's plug and chug. Distance,
So what's the distance that she walked?
12, equals, and then her rate was 3 miles an hour.
Okay,
So 3 times the time, which is what we're trying to solve for.
there you go.
Well, that's easy. I can do this in my brain coral.
It's a good thing you have that brain coral.
I know. T equals 4
For what?
hours, right? Yeah, because that's the time
Yeah.
amount. We got it. Okay, guys, we're done. Do the lesson check, and we will see you.
On the flip side.
Bye.